know that they did not get a good look, that you broke up whatever they were trying to do in that last play in regulation. Was there any discussion of trying to foul before they could get a three-pointer off?
Not in that situation, no, because it was going to be catch shot, and you're risking, or you foul on the floor. But we're not. We made a play on the ball that we shouldn't have made. Shouldn't have made a play on the ball, and we on the pass.
So then you fouled up on.
Yep.
I guess how devastating is the word, the loss after being that close.
Yeah, I mean these guys battled their butts off. I mean I can't ask for any more from them, and we were trying to foul up the floor coming up in the last 7-8 seconds. I'll have to look back through the tape. I don't know what we need to do to get a foul. Obviously, to the borderline of tackling, but yes, before that, yep, we were fouling up 3, and obviously they didn't call it. We didn't foul hard enough apparently, but just. I'll find the positives in the film, Todd, and move forward from it. Like I said, to battle back from 10, 12 down, whatever we were in a hostile environment, when your starting point guard goes down. So there's a lot of good things that happened today. The last 2 seconds of regulation or whatever is not one of them, and we got to learn from that and not make those same miscues in crucial times.
You mentioned we made a play on the ball that we shouldn't. Ideally, what's Jordan supposed to do in that situation?
Stay between him and the rim. Because that's the only way he gets an open look at the 3, is if we don't come up with it and take a chance on it.
In 2 previous games when Chucky went down, you guys kind of saw the wheels come off offensively against Iowa State and Marquette earlier this year. What was different this time around that you guys in a lot of ways things got better, don't you?
Yeah, I mean, Kamari, to start with Kamari, I thought he, even though, he's 1 for 5, whatever, but I thought he came in with a presence. He wasn't afraid of the moment. I thought Max Klesman, I've just watched his growth, and obviously production is one thing, but his voice and his leadership, and he's starting to take that role that I thought he could take in time. Just how he was willing things to us, trying to get us to the finish line there in regulation. So, I mean, those 2 things, obviously Connor, you got a freshman and a couple younger guys out there. But Klesman's growth as a leader is one thing that I've noticed, and it was evident there and as we came down the stretch and what he was talking about and his presence in the huddles. And again, Cam, I thought Cam played, that's good signs that he's stayed with it and continues to grow and gave us good minutes today.
I didn't see exactly what happened.
And I don't know. He's in the locker room, but I haven't talked to our trainer right at this point to see where we're at.
Different outcome. We're talking about Max getting some big shots at the end and a couple big blocks. And you talked about his growth and everything, but I mean, just to see him in that 5-8 minutes down the stretch, kind of take.
Yeah, we ran some stuff for him. He got to the basket a couple times that we intentionally set stuff for him. Like I said, the production is one thing, and you have to earn the respect as a player in order to be a vocal leader, and I think obviously he's done that, even though he hasn't been here a year. But the vocal ownership of things in those huddles is good to see.
As many tough losses as you guys have, and I know at this point in the season, nobody's looking for moral victories, but what do you just sense, the mood in the locker room that you guys can continue to go forward and get over this hump of.
Yeah, I think the one thing is you just watch this group, and it's been a painful growth at times, but how we've continued to grow, and it's in different ways at different times. Now we've got to become more consistent in some of those areas, so we don't get ourselves in a 10 or 12 point hole. Obviously we hit a rut there. We couldn't finish in the first half in the paint, which put us in a deficit there at the end of the first half. But they're very perseverant. Evan, they've not flinched at all, and that's been our constant reminder. Just you're doing good things. We'll got to continue to clean up some little things, and the parity and the margin for error we know is small. So we've got to, it came down to 2 point whatever seconds today, where you've got to find a way to close it out. But there's so many other things that you can find and nitpick if you pull apart a game that we can do better here. We did well. So it's just a matter of continuing to encourage this group to stay positive and keep growing. And like I said, not taking steps backward, but how they battled the second half and how we were much more physical in the second half. And I think those were were good signs. We just needed to, like I said, finish it out.
I don't think we've mentioned Buffy much, but how different of a matchup is he?
Well, early I thought we let him get to his left hand too much. We were mentioned the physicality. That was one of the things at halftime we talked about, was being more physical, not only in the beginning of those actions, but also with the ball screens and the handoffs. We were a little more engaged in the second half for the most part, and took away some of his space, which made him a little more uncomfortable.
You can see that going kind of second half of the first half.
Mhm.
Steve looked like he was maybe a little tentative, didn't want to do too much.
Yeah, I mean, times where we couldn't get the double team there if they changed the angle of the entry. And the other thing is the other four guys, at times we get too spread out, too much space in there if we can't get a trap there right away. We've got to. I'll look through the film. The first half, seeing what I saw at halftime, I thought we got too spread out at times, and obviously you're cognizant of that if you have a couple 3-point shooters on the floor. But I think being more physical, in that regard. Hunter's a good player. I don't want to take any, away from him. He made some plays when he needed to.
They went up one in overtime, and Steven took a three. I don't know if that was something you're okay with at that point.
I mean, you got to trust players' decisions and where we were in the shot clock. It's probably wouldn't be the first option, but if he felt comfortable with it, he had hit one a couple before, so you got to trust what a player decides to do.
You ever look at the shot when you released it?
What's that?
From where your angle, did you ever look at it?
Yeah, I mean, I thought it, looked like the result. I mean, he had a pretty good line on it, and said we got to not put ourselves in that position, and we'll look through the tape and see other things maybe we could have done, but other than that last couple seconds, I thought we put ourselves in a good position to finish it out.